Hello everyone, my name is Caleb Powell and I'm an environmental scientist for TDEC's Office of Sustainable Practices. Most of you probably already know me, seeing as this is a tutorial video for the Tennessee Green Star Partnership members and how to do the new reporting. We've got quite a bit of updates for our reporting and how we expect that to be submitted, and then also trying to just make it easier for our partners. Something that we don't want these metrics, this annual and semi-annual report, to be burdensome on our partners, and we definitely just want this to be something that information that you're already you already have because of other reporting that you've done at your facility. So we've changed up a couple things, and I want to just run through how to get to our reports, and then sort of when they're expected to be submitted. So if you go onto our website, tn.gov, you can see right here, this is what you'll see. From here, you're going to go to Directory, Department Directory. We're going to go down to Environment and Conservation. Now once you get there, we're going to go to Program Areas, down to this. Right now it says Policy and Sustainable Practices. It more than likely will be changed to just Sustainable Practices. But once you go there, you're going to go down to, of course, what we are here for, which is the Tennessee Green Star Partnership. And once you get here, you'll see, and so this is the same as historically how we have had our reporting, but we've just changed how often that you have to send in a report, and then sort of what that looks like. So you'll see on the left side right here, you'll see semi-annual reporting form and annual reporting form. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the semi-annual reporting form. Now what you'll notice is this form is almost exactly the same as what our quarterly reports used to be. What we wanted to do is just break it down. We thought, different environmental and sustainability projects that you've got going on, what we were seeing is there was a lot of questions that were not answered, or answered with not applicable. We understand that some projects take quite some time, and you might not have something going on every quarter. So we wanted to break it down so it's just a semi-annual report and an annual report. So here you will just fill out, of course, all this basic information. The name of your organization is your facility's name. You've got whoever's filling out the form, your first and last name, your email, and your phone number. Now this will help us keep updated with our contacts and make sure that we've got the right person to reach out to if we've got a question, or if we have some sort of solution for a problem that you guys are having with waste or energy or anything like that. Now these questions, like I said, are almost exactly the same as what our quarterly report questions are. They're going to be just questions that are voluntary questions. So if there's something that you are unable, or you don't have anything to report on, it won't let you submit your report unless you have something in each one of these answers. So if there's something that you don't have going on, just mention that in here. Write something so that you can at least submit it. When it's got this little asterisk right here, that means that you can't just skip it. So just go through this. If you have any files that you want to add to this as a supporting document, then you can see underneath right here where you can choose that file from your computer. So this semi-annual report, it is from July 1st to December 31st, and then we expect that to be due on January 15th. And it says that right here, but I just wanted to reiterate that each year these questions are going to be asking from that time zone. So July 1st to December 31st, and then that'll give you a solid 15 days after the new year to fill this out, put your supporting materials in here, and then submit those to us. So we really appreciate this. These reports, we don't want them to be burdensome on you guys. We really just want it to be sort of a touch point for us so that we know that you're still our point of contact, that you still are active in the partnership, and then also if there's any really cool projects or sustainability savings that you guys have done, then that we can sort of document that and talk about it. You know, if you guys are doing great things for the environment, we definitely don't want that to go unheard. So that is it. Once you get done, you just go to submit form and it'll submit it. It'll also send you an email saying that your form has been submitted. So that is that for the semi-annual reporting form. It has taken place of the quarterly reports. Same questions, just asked not as often. Hopefully that will make you guys excited, and hopefully we can get a little bit more involvement by sort of cutting down the requirement there. And then now we're going to go to the annual reporting form. We've changed a couple things here. Everyone has done a pretty good job at submitting the annual reports every year, but we understand that there has been some issues with us not being on the same calendar cycle as a lot of your facilities. So what we have done now is we've changed this to, and you can see here, it sort of outlines the reason for this annual report. And then here you can see the period, the reporting period. So we've changed this reporting period, and it is going to actually be based on the previous calendar year. So that's exciting for me, because I know after talking to a handful of you guys that we have found that you're still trying to get these metrics, and so it's sort of hard for you to report on these metrics if you are still, you know, trying to pull them together for yourself. So this hopefully will make it easier on you. The previous calendar year, you should already have all of these metrics and all this information for yourself, for your own facility. So hopefully this will make it where you're not having to scavenge around and, you know, try to pull things together right at the end of the year. So, and what we're looking at is January 1st to December 31st. Now, before we had done the state's fiscal year, which is not the regular calendar year, and that has created some confusion as well. Now, so what we're going to be doing now is just the calendar year, January 1st to December 31st of the previous year. So with the report being submitted on July 15th. So what that looks like is, you know, this year we're going to be asking for these reports again, but we've already received quite a bit of the annual reports. So this is going to be sort of the lenient year, but moving forward on July 15th, you will take all of your metrics, which we're about to go over, and you'll see what we're asking for, from July 1st to December 31st. So to give an example, July 15th of this year, say July 15th, 2022, you will take all of your metrics from January 1st to December 31st of 2021. So that will give you 6 months, essentially, 6 months and 15 days after the end of that reporting period that we're asking you to put those into here. And we're always happy for you guys to submit them early. So run through this really quickly. Of course, simple information here: company name, address, and then the name of person completing this report. Like I said, for the semi-annual report, this sort of helps us figure out the point person who we need to be talking to with the facility. We know that changes sometimes, so this is an easy way for us to make sure that we've got the proper contact. So now we're going into the waste reduction metrics. A lot of these are the same metrics that we've always asked of you. We've just changed a couple things up from hearing some of your concerns. Now, this is going to be like I said, the waste reduction metrics, and then what we're asking for you to do is input the total tonnage of each material that your facility has recycled for that reporting year. So January to December, calendar year, how much solid waste total will go right here. And at the bottom, you can see what it's asking for, tons per year. This is important because sometimes we'll see when we get into the water that it's million gallons per year. So you always want to make sure you're looking right there to see, you know, right now here we're asking for, in the waste reduction metrics, we're asking for tons per year. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You can go down, you know, OCC, other paper grades, that excludes OCC, plastics, mixed metals, aluminum cans, and glass. Now we understand that, you know, glass is sort of hard to recycle right now. So all of these have this little red asterisk, so you have to input something, but if you don't have any, no problem, just put 0. So we appreciate that. What we do with all of these metrics is we combine all of them together from all of the Green Star partners, and then we have one sum of each category that we report to the EPA, our Region 4 contact, saying, hey, this is what our partnership has recycled in this calendar year. So it just sort of helps us capture what the great work that you guys do at your facilities. Next is energy conservation. And so now we've added something else to this because we understand that new processes, and if you expand your facility, that there could be an increase in your consumption. So if that is the case, if you've started a whole other process, if you've increased the size of your facility, or you've expanded and you haven't been able to reduce any power, you know, and what we're asking for down here again is megawatt hours. So this has been one of the most confusing things for me, because I think sometimes people put them in kilowatt hours, and what we're asking for is megawatt hours. It's a simple conversion. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to me, and I can help you guys put that into what we're looking for. This is the #1 thing that I have questions on whenever I'm pulling all of the annual reports together. But if like I said, there's an increase, it's not an issue. You're not gonna, you know, I mean, you're not gonna get in trouble or anything like that. I mean, and you're not gonna be frowned upon. But what you can do is just click that box right there, and it takes away the requirement of putting something in there for you to move on. So, and we've got this for the clean air metrics, we got this for the water conservation metrics, we've got this for the hazardous materials. So just know that there's no issue with that. We understand that there can be increases due to, you know, your facility growing, which is essentially what everyone wants. You want your facility to be producing more and growing. So we added that into this new form so that I can make that a little bit simpler. Sometimes in previous years we've had negative numbers and stuff like that. So this is sort of taking that confusion out of there. Same type deal with clean air metrics. Now what we're asking here is air emission reductions. So any type of processes that you guys have implemented that can reduce the amount of air emissions, and we're asking for tons of carbon dioxide per year that's been reduced. So if you should have those metrics. If not, I'm happy to work with you to convert that into tons per year. Now next is water conservation. Now this is where I was getting to talking to. We've got millions of gallons per year. I've had some reports that sometimes have been in, you know, they give me, you know, say 2 million, and so then it's confusing because it's like 2 million gallons per year. You can see the confusion there. So if the water use avoided at your facility for this year was 2 million, you would just put a 2 there, because what we're asking for is millions of gallons per year. So that would just be 2. You wouldn't put 2 million in here, because then I'm thinking 2 million millions, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. So that is one of the main things that I wanted to drive home with this video, is what we're asking for. So when you get into hazardous material metrics, same type of deal that we're asking for. We're asking for tons per year. like I said, if there is an increase due to increased production or output, hit this button. You don't have to input anything. Now, finally, we have the dollars saved and cost avoided. This is always a cool number to see how much you've saved money, because this is how you sell it to upper management. LED lights, how much is it going to save? Reduction in water use with low flow toilets and low flow sinks, how much is it going to save? So if you're keeping up with that, which I'm sure you are, make sure to put that in here, and then let us know. And then we also, it's not required, but we'd love to know how you sort of made those savings. So if if you've done LED lights, or you have a more efficient process or something like that, then throw that note in there. We'd love to see how you are sort of getting those numbers, or how you're saving all that money. Now, I don't know if it'll let me go next. Yes, I gotta let me go next. I'm just gonna put a couple things in here real quick, so we can go to the next page. See what I was saying? If you don't, everything that's got an asterisk, if you don't put anything, then it will not let you go to the next page. Now, what the next page is for us is, it's just going to ask you those same questions that were asked in the semi-annual report. So, we've got 5 questions, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And so, like I said, if these aren't applicable for you, or you don't have any projects that have been in a publication, or held any events for employees like Earth Day or any of that, if that past 6 months that wasn't the case, then just put not applicable. But we always want to hear about the different events that you guys have for your employees, whether it be service projects, community involvement. It doesn't have to be just about sustainability. We want to know about your community involvement as well, because that's a whole part of the environment that you're in, being a good asset to the community. So that's pretty self-explanatory. When you're done there, submit the form. You're good to go. We're hoping that this is going to be something that is easier for you guys, more manageable. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You guys have my email. It's Caleb, CALEB, .Powell, POWELL, @tn.gov. Always here to help you guys out, trying to make the Green Star Partnership a resource for you manufacturers around the state, especially the ones that are in the partnership, because you guys are the leaders, the sustainability leaders when it comes to manufacturing and processes. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Like I said, if you have any questions, reach out to me. Appreciate you guys, and can't wait to talk again.